Hello, it's good to have you join us again for your favorite program. This is Closed Flow coming to you from NTA2 Lagos Network Center. And we are always here, knowing that you are out there also waiting for us to again unveil another distinguished Nigerian who is going to be sharing with us some perceptions, some experiences, some, well, if you like, fears or anticipation or anxieties about the way Nigeria is being managed and how we should actually manage our country to become one of the greatest nations on the face of the earth. So the reality is, can Nigeria actually be what many people keep saying, that we are potentially, and that is why I cannot seem to run away from that word, why potentially, why not realistically, why not truthfully one of the greatest nations on the face of the earth. So we are going to be looking at it from bottoms up rather than from the top down. Let's look at it from those who are going to be in charge of Nigeria. Also, the future is now, not tomorrow. So the leaders of the future are now here. They are not to be seen tomorrow. So if that is the truth, if the future is here, then we are saying to ourselves, let's embrace the responsibility of how to manage that future now. It is very exciting to note that demographically, Nigeria is one of the best blessed nations in terms of demographic percentiles. If you're looking at how many old people do we have here, how many young people do we have here, how many infants do we have here, how many toddlers, yes, Nigeria seems to be well positioned to actually become one of the greatest economies right here in the world. But also the same demography is saying to us that in terms of dependency, that 88 out of 100 are dependents in Nigeria. That seems to underline the question of impoverishment and probably improper management of our assets as a nation. So we are asking ourselves, what exactly will that future be? That future, we're going to be looking at some of the projects. We're going to profile in some of the old projects being handled by our guest, and then we'll see how that our guest has been able to use his experiences in those projects to come and speak to us today on where the future is for Nigeria, if there is a future. That is what he says. Young Women Connect, he did that some years back. Police Youth Dialogue, that's ever before answers. Clean Up Lagos, so we are saying that we shouldn't continue to live in a dirty environment. Save Our Future, he says, okay, all these things we can actually look at them as milestones and then take our decision, take a leap from there for the future. So stay with us, because our guest incidentally is been into nation building, is committed to nation building, is the state chairman of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, Lagos State Chapter. So he's going to be looking at Nigeria from the perspective of tomorrow's leaders or today's leaders. Stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. It's Close Flow, and good thing that you got a tip of the iceberg as we got to see who our distinguished guest is today. I said to you before we went on that short break that he is the state chairman of the National Youth Council for Nigeria, the Lagos State chapter of the Youth Council. But the important thing here that we would like to emphasize is that Lekan Biliamin Oba is a change agent. He has a keen interest in nation building and is ever determined to make the world a better place for everybody, irrespective of creed, class, gender, and you're welcome to Close Flow.
All right, thank you so much. It's nice to be here this morning.
Thank you very much. Now, so let's hit it running, because it is important that the future can actually be seen from today. Do you think Nigerian youth are ready for the future? Do you really think so?
I would say, first and foremost, let me say a big thank you for this opportunity to be here this morning to actually share my thoughts around youth development and what is expected of the young people
in nation building.
In nation building. Let me say the young people are actually ready, but no matter how ready you are, you still need an enabling environment to get the job, get your aspirations come to reality. So in as much as young people, we aspire for greatness, we want to achieve this, we want to achieve a lot of things, we still need that enabling environment that will allow our aspirations to
prosper,
to thrive. So I would say young people are ready, but we need that enabling environment to thrive.
Okay, all right. You are a mass graduate. You are pursuing your other degrees, but now the question is about communication. Now, you are saying the environment is not enabled.
Yes.
But it's like you guys are not speaking up, or maybe you are speaking down, or maybe the speech pattern is twisted. So those who are supposed to provide the enabling environment are not hearing you clearly, or maybe the way they are communicating with you about the environment, the youth are not receiving the information properly.
I think there's this communication gap between the youth and those at the helms of affairs of our country. And there's this trust issues that exist between our generation and the older generation.
Trust.
Yes, trust issues. Even when those at the helms of affairs are actually saying something that will be beneficial to the younger generation, there's this mindset that's been already established in our mind that no, they already have those that will benefit from these things. And again, when you look at it from the perspective of young people venturing into leadership or politics, you agree with me that okay, fine, not too young to run bill has been passed, but Nigerian politics is very expensive. Though some will tell you that is the universal state of politics. Politics naturally should be expensive. But what we are saying is this: in as much as you want young people to actually have active participation in leadership, in politics and other things that are society, we still need the government to create that enabling environment for us to actually see that okay, this is for us. This is a welcome development. This is something that is embracing us to wanting to actually participate and contribute our quota to the system. You see, the honest truth is this: we need to start seeing our nation building as a community service as well. It's for me, it's more of an humanitarian gesture to our society. So we shouldn't see it as a venture that want to, it's not. If
you don't benefit from it, then you shouldn't participate.
It's not a professional sojourn. It's more of community service. It's more of humanitarian service, and not until when we all see it that way, we may not even move forward.
Okay, well, it's a good thing you have nailed it, because again, the troubles will be the fact that the youth actually are often used to sell the wrong packages to the public. Now, so if you're looking at politicking, for instance, now, the main scapegoats are the youth who are going to be used either to, sell votes, buy votes, or create violence when people are voting. So, how do you now manage this with what you have just said about the fact that all of us must buy into the fact that development is not just a venture, but a social cause?
I think what is missing in our society is sincerity of purpose. In other climes, there are mafias probably into drugs.
You're saying there are criminals, not other. Yes.
No, my point is this: like when you go to other climes, we have their mafias. They are dangerous men. They are into probably drugs, human trafficking. Most of them are not in politics. But when you come to Nigeria and Africa, you would discover that most of our hard men, most of our mafias are into politics. So and you see, because they are aged already, they are not that energetic
to go on the streets
young
anymore.
people
Yes.
are. And you see, sometimes young people are the ones that will be used to actually commit those crimes. So and you see, you can't blame you can't 100% blame that young man as well, because guess what? That's what the society presented to him. So you see, not until when we go back to where we're coming from, have a kind of rethink on our societal values, societal morals. We may not be able to correct this thing because it's already deepened into our society. So we can't say that it is the fault of the young people. What about those the older ones that actually nurturing these young people to see such path as a right path? And you see, it boils down to mentorship as well. Who are those people mentoring these younger ones? And you see, there are some things that we have to agree to. Is this when you grow up with a particular system, it is hard for you to actually correct it when you're old. So what we need to do is this: our educational curriculum, our I always ask myself, what's the duty of the Nigeria Orientation Agency, NOA? You see, this is their job. They need to start reorientating the people. Tell them the things that they need to do.
Social values.
Social values, you understand, sir? So my point is this: in as much as we blame the youth for allowing themselves to be used to commit such crimes, let's ask ourselves, what about those that actually are funding them to go and commit these crimes? They are perpetrators as well, and we have to blame them too.
Okay, well, okay, it's good. That is very salient, the point you have just raised. But the reality is staring us in the face right now is that Nigeria is over 200 million, and about 50% of that actually are Nigerian youths.
Yeah.
Now,
yes.
Okay, the demographics also show to us that 88.2 out of 100 are dependents. So in a space of 200 million, we are selling almost 150 to 180 million are dependents.
Yes, yes.
Now, so how bad is that? Because it's like the youth are already impoverished. So how depressing is that for you?
It is something that gives me sleepless night all the time. And there's this popular quote that says that the youth, not the oil, is the future of Nigeria. At some point, if the country fails to invest in the younger generation,
yes,
it means that they're actually not ready for the future. Yeah, I know this is. You see, sometimes I get angry when I see the political or the governance circle, jumping into coming up with all sort of policies without having a deliberate plan that will be targeted at young people. Okay, this is our action plan. The way we have the Millennium Goals,
yes,
the way we have the SDG goals.
Yes.
Why can't we have a deliberate plan that will be designed and executed with all sincerity of purpose that is targeted at young people? We can't continue to have one particular policy now. So when the next administration comes
you will change it.
You just change it and abandon it. What happens to continuation? What happens to ensuring that even after 4 administration comes on board, we still go back to that action plan and make sure that we implement those things? And you see, one thing that this society fails to realize is this: there's this saying of the older ones that when you're doing something and you fail to show it to the younger generation, it means that that thing that you're doing would die naturally. I've actually realized that the way your generation is being trained and nurtured is quite different from the way our generation is being trained and nurtured. Your generation appreciate values. Your generation want to always do things the way they should do it. They don't like changing rules. That is the way your generation is being brought up. But what I discovered from your own generation to my generation is that those knowledge, those things that you learned during your own time, you're not sharing it. You're not passing it down to the next generation. Like, okay, during our own time, this is the way it's being done. Okay, you guys are now into technology, you have a smartphone. Okay, we don't have smartphone then, but this is how we do it. Let's find a way to bring our values then and what you have now together and see how we can create a society that will be better for each and every one of us. And you see, sir, one thing that I want us to just put at the back of our mind is this: if the government failed to actually pay attention to youth development, it means that they too, technically, they are failure as well. And that's one reason why most times I do commend the Lagos State government for what they have been doing as regards engaging the young people, coming up with programs that would add value to the youth in the state. No doubt, if there is no how you discuss youth in Nigeria that you don't discuss Lagos State, because let me say 80% of the youth population, they are all in Lagos State. Yes. So no matter how you discuss youth in Nigeria, you have to discuss Lagos State, because this is like the capital of young people in Nigeria. Everybody wants to come to Lagos State for survival.
Must come.
Everybody wants to come to Lagos State for survival. So on this note, so that's why sometimes some of us are actually saying that the special status request by Lagos State government should be granted. Okay, all right,
we will come to that. We will come to that in terms of aspirational, intentions of the states and the federal position. But now you have underlined so many things. But I just want to raise these ones. The current culture of governance in Nigeria, is it responsive? Is it accountable? And is it people-centric across the board? I'm not asking about just states.
I understand.
Yes, I'm starting from the federal to the states to the local government. Do you think that the culture of governance that we have right now, managing the affairs of Nigeria, would you look at these values? Is it responsive? Is it accountable? And is it people-centric?
Sir, to be candid with you, I have issues with the way this country has been managed. I have a lot of issues. I'm not going to name blame to anybody, but what I discovered is this: when you go to the United States, when you study their political system, the UK, when you study their political system, immediately after election, after politics, regardless of the party that you belong to, regardless of the interests that you actually believe during the election, they all align back for governance.
To drive.
Yes, but you see, unlike us in Nigeria, immediately after we are done with politicking, we still want to find a way to discredit whoever emerges as the winner, instead of rallying around such person to ensure that person succeeds too. Not knowing that when you're doing things to actually sabotage the efforts of the person that actually emerged, you are as well killing yourself indirectly as well. Because guess what? During the NSAS protest, I had a conversation with some people. I told them, okay, I'm the state chairman of the Youth Council. I am 100% in support of protest. So far, what we are agitating is something that actually concerns us and something that actually hurts us. But guess what? When you're writing a sentence, at some point you have comma, at some point you have full stop. Because the moment you don't understand this fact, it means that even your agitation won't result to something that will
positive change,
add value to that struggle as well. Every agitation will end up on a dialogue table. Okay, this is our agitation.
Yes.
Those that you're actually facing, they need to hear you. The moment they give you that room to table your
concern,
your pains, you understand? Use the opportunity to tell them You understand? It has to come to the dialogue table. No matter how you're activist, you're a comrade, it ends on the dialogue table. Only if you want your agitation to lead the country to a state of anarchy.
That is when you will not be looking at the dialogue table.
You don't want the dialogue table. That means you want revolution. You don't want everything to even. You don't want everyone to talk to you. But if your agitation means well, it means that we all still have to come to the round table. Let's discuss our differences. Let's provide solutions, and let's move forward. That is the way the country should be run.
Okay.
And one thing that I discovered is this religion, this political differences
or ethnic differences
is actually dividing us. So, and it's not helping us to connect the dots together. You know, I was happy when the president was insisting on local government autonomy. You know, I think, you know, there's this dichotomy, there's this bridge that, I actually attended the maiden edition of the National Youth Conference at Abuja that was put together by the Ministry of Youth, Federal Ministry of Youth. And part of my position is this: you guys are doing a lot of things at the federal level. The youth at the local government level do not even have information of what you guys are doing here. You understand? Why can't we have a kind of way of cascading information down to the grassroots? It's not every youth, it's not everybody that has access to the internet. So don't assume that when you paste stuff on the internet, everybody gets it. Why can't you have a communication channel that takes information, that takes a policy down to the grassroots?
In the local government.
Democracy is about the people, for the people, and by the people. So if your communication doesn't get to the lowest person, it means that you've not communicated. You've not fulfilled all righteousness. Be sure that that person gets that information. So we have a youth ministry at the state level.
Yes.
We have it at the federal level.
Yes.
What happens to it at the local government level? It means that, you know, if we can have a department that gives attention to women affairs and poverty alleviation, why can't we have a department that has been designed to attend to youth development at the grassroots level? If truly we want a future for all, guess what? In the next 20-30 years, most of our older ones
will have gone.
They will have gone. It is the younger generation that will be
communicated with.
You know, even most times I look at this country. Guess what? Most of young people out there, they don't even understand what Nigeria is all about. They don't even have the knowledge of how Nigeria came about. They don't even have the knowledge.
Now, okay, you are back to what again you said earlier on about the need for us to reorientate educationally.
Of course.
Now, some people, some time ago, you know, the agitation over the removal of history from the curriculum in schools. How did that get to you? How did you react to that?
Not just history. Not just history was removed from schools. So when you were growing up, sir, I'm sure you may be part of either Boy Scout, Boys Brigade, you know, in schools, the Jet Club, you know, and the likes.
Red Cross, yes.
What happens to those voluntary youth organizations in our secondary schools? Naturally, every young person is energetic. That youthful exuberance will actually come to play. But these are the voluntary youth organizations that is helping to mold and reshape the orientation of young people from cradle. It prepares them from childhood
on how to manage responsibility.
And how to manage responsibility. What happens to them? What happened to these voluntary youth organizations that were in our schools before now? Man or what? What happens to them? So not just history. And you see, I won't blame, there's this saying that uneasy lies the heads that wear the crown. You know, all the blame stops at the table of the president.
Yes.
But that president was actually advised by someone.
But just like you have been advised by some people too now.
Of course.
As chairman.
Of course.
So.
But you know, sir, my own point is this. My own point is this. We need to start teaching our younger generation what nation building is all about. They need to see values in these things too. So, and whatever communication channel that you think can be used to get this information across to them, they should start using it and ensure that it's being sent to the grassroots level as well.
Okay, all right. That is great. Communication channel. Now, one of the commanding ideals in this age that we are in right now, that your own age, is artificial intelligence, robotics, machine learning, cryptocurrency, and all that and all that. Do you think Nigeria is primed to be a participant, to get engaged in this global trend? Do you think we are primed? Do you think the youths can actually get a space to express themselves?
Of course. You see, let me just share an information with you. We have a lot of young people that are into distance that I'm actually aware of, though not,
they're not being celebrated.
Not in good numbers, but we have a lot of young people that are already seeing this. And part of the things that the National Youth Council of Nigeria Lagos State Chapter is actually preaching is this, because I remember sometimes I actually participated in the Lagos State Aimbet Summit.
Yes. When
the Lagos State governor was actually discussing Lagos Smart City by 2030.
Yes.
And when I got back to our youth meeting, I actually told them, guys, there are some skills that you need to acquire right now if truly you want to fit into the future. If Lagos State is discussing smart city by 2030, it means that Lagos State is telling you that history that you are studying in school, that even mass communication that you are studying in school, you need to up your game. There are some required skills that you need to possess right now to actually help you to fit into that future, or else a lot of young people will be out of job. The rate of unemployment will be on an increase. I'm actually happy. A senator, Senator Tokunbo Abiru, he actually came up with he's planning to build a kind of incubation hub.
Yes.
For young people in the Central District. It is part of those conversations that we had with him. That we have a lot of young people. Not every one of us will have Western education. We have some young people that actually they have this natural gift, that if we have a kind of incubation hub where they can go to actually meet someone who's going to help them to develop those skills, to go a long way to actually help the younger generation too. And to God be the glory, I was actually informed that it is about building an incubation hub for young people in the Central District. That's what we're talking about.
Okay, all right. Leadership pattern is again very, very important. But now the question will be, how can we get millennials like you? You have said it. Okay, so not too young to run has been made into law. So why won't millennials like you step out, or like you said, up your game, and let's see how you can be part of the political change? Contest for offices, or get elected into offices. Why not?
Yes, I actually agree with you that there's a need for a lot of young people to actually test the water. Power is not served a la carte. Nobody's gonna give it to you.
It's not served a la carte.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna give it to you willingly. You have to try. If truly you have good intentions. And I want to use this opportunity to actually hold young people out there that you see, nobody's going to bring it to your table. Nobody's going to relinquish power to you willingly. If truly you want leadership, you need to go back to your ward. Every politics is local. How known are you even in your community? You want to lead people that don't know you, or you don't even know them. So if truly you are interested in politics, in leadership, and you have sincerity of purpose to serve
the
people, go back to your various communities, show them what you are capable of doing. One thing that I've always preached is this: if I want to elect someone, I want to know what that person have done when he or she does not have a political power. Yes, I want to see. Okay, when he was a student,
what did
was
he do?
able to come up with some community project. Okay, on these are streets.
Yes.
Okay, when they had electrical issues with the transformer, and the likes, it was proactive. It was able to step in to manage situations. These are the things that will actually encourage me to say, okay, if this person
you can buy.
do it, I think we should rally around this person.
Okay. All right, we'll take a break.
All right, okay.
We'll take a break because if I don't take a break, no, that means we won't leave it until next week. Well, we'll take a short break now and give our distinguished guests a little breather. But don't forget that this conversation is about you. So when we come back, we'll expect you to join us. We'll give you the phone numbers and the WhatsApp number so you can also add your own comments or your own perception to what he has said so far. Stay with us.
Experience unlimited super-fast internet access from Entel 4G. Entel. Live more.
We must dilate the eyes. We look for if they have cataract, to look at the back of their eyes. They have glaucoma. We do a full workup for them.
You will remember
our government should actually open their eyes, especially south.
When we're looking deeper than we ever looked in before to ensure that we close all the loopholes.
Every edition is an arresting conversation with distinguished Nigerians from various strata of the society, bearing their minds on how we can realize the Nigeria of our dreams. Join us live on Close Flow, Monday every week here on NTA2 Lagos Network Center. Close Flow. The conversation is about you.
Thank you for staying with us, and I'm sure many of you're quite appreciative of what Lekan Oba has been able to share with us here. Yes, you can see the passion, you can see the excitement, you can see the exuberance, because that's what he is. He's a young man who is committed, who is actively committed to seeing how change can impact on our nation. Now, Lekan, okay, quickly, I don't know if my producer has the telephone lines ready for us to put online so that people can actually be a part. All right, so for your telephone calls, you want to enjoy a conversation with Lekan, please call us on 080 5929 4838. That is your telephone call, 080 5929 4838. Now, because we have challenges sometimes getting calls because of dropped calls, so we're going to give you the SMS and WhatsApp number for you to send your WhatsApp or SMS us your comment or your perception. And so for your WhatsApp or SMS, please try and reach us on 070 3340 8755. 070 3340 8755. Let's have your own part of this conversation, your perception, your discerning. What do you think Lekan is saying that is not right up to the bill? Now, Lekan, you just said something here before we went on that break that, okay, yes, I will try and look at the stake and say, okay, this man has done this while he was not in politics, so that means he has built up himself. But people say that privilege in political leadership in Nigeria seems to be just servitude. And that as a matter of fact, that one is responsible for the violence we witnessed during our elections. Okay, okay. Hello. I think we have a call. Hello, Ajala. Angela. Hello. I can't hear you. I can't hear you clearly. I think we lost him. I think we lost him. let's try and see if you can send us a WhatsApp message or an SMS message, please. That's Angela from Lagos. Sorry about that. We apologize for that drop call. But if you can, please try and reach us again. Okay, so that is just, that for you to actually grow with the political class in Nigeria, you're servile. And therefore, with time, whatever they ask you to do, you have to do. Whoever pays the piper,
They turn.
yes.
I disagree with that. You see, I think the problem we have in this our political
environment,
structure is that most times we don't even understand the duties of our political office holders. A legislator is an executive. You know, we need to understand that, okay, not just the president is in charge of the country. We have the executive, we have the legislature, and we have the judiciary.
Yes.
And also we have
The media.
we have the media. Yeah, yes. Also we have the federal government, the state government, and the local government. You know, our people need to understand this thing so that it will help us to actually know that there's a role for the federal government, there's a role of the state government, there's a role of the local government. The legislative arm has their duty, the judiciary has their duty, the media has their duty as well, and the executive has their duty as well. So the moment we fail to understand their duties, we conflict their responsibilities, and we demand from those people what is not even in
Part
their
of their
view.
yes.
You understand what I'm saying, sir? So my own belief is this. You see, regardless of if you're being told to do something that is contrary to the people, I think sometimes empathy goes a long way to actually find a way to water down the grievances of people. Even what you're doing to them probably is not too. I know, sir. Let me just say this for the sake of this interview. You know, there are some decisions that you take that may be very difficult for the people at that moment, but probably it has a futuristic effect on them. Nobody wants to go through hell at the first instance, but when you show empathy, come down to their level, come up with town hall meetings, tell them this is the reason why we took this decision. It's very simple. What people wants to hear from you is that, okay, we are still safe. People wants to feel safety. People wants you to show empathy. People wants you to see that, okay, I actually know what you are going through, and I'm actually working on it. So you see, sometimes people make leadership so difficult. You know, sometimes I look at it that these things are not easy. What people wants to hear from you is they want you to be accountable for everything that you're doing. They want accountability. They want you to show empathy. And even while we talk about these leaders as well, we have to talk to the followers as well. The duties that doesn't belong to these people, don't drop it on their table, because when they say no to your request, you feel bad, and overnight you turn them to a bad person.
Whereas you were the one that took the wrong decision.
This decision. And you see, there's this mindset, and that's why I say I have issues with the National Audition Agency. There's this mindset that has been established in our community that the moment you are a public office holder, you are a bad person.
Hello?
You know?
1 second. Hello, Ola? Can you hear me? Hello, Ola? Ola, can you speak up? I can't hear you, Ola, from here. Perhaps you can speak up a bit. Oh, no, I'm not hearing Ola. That's sad. Ola is calling us from VI here, and I'm surprised that we cannot hear him clearly. Ola, can I just please ask you, let's crave your indulgence, send us an SMS or a WhatsApp message so we can read out your question too. Now, yes, you were saying that we need to look at all this critically. Yes. Now, but again, is there something about our own reasoning capacity that is not helping the followers to do the needful, to be guided in doing the needful, to be guided in asking the right questions, to be guided in investigating a matter before take? Is there something wrong with maybe our cognitiveness is not Well,
my own observation. What I've been able to observe is this. When you find yourself in a society that they don't understand the concept of struggles. Sometimes you see, an activist is not a politician. A comrade has his own duty.
Yes.
Too. And what I discovered is this about this our country setting is that, guess what, sir? If you are a public office holder and you are doing what the people want, they will vote you again and again. And that is if you're actually doing something that is adding value to that society.
Lives.
And sir, one thing that I've seen about, I'm from Ikorodu Federal Constituency.
Yes.
I'm from Ikorodu Federal Constituency. Before now, we used to have a particular style of politicking in the federal constituency. But someone just came and changed the whole narratives. The things that we don't, sometimes we see it as
impossible.
Leadership is impossible. It can never happen. And guess what? He came and he simplified everything. He changed the school of thought of politicking in that federal constituency. That's what we're talking about. Leadership shouldn't be so difficult that you now make it look to the people that this thing is difficult. There are some people that when the moment they got into office, they will give you reasons why you see them as they are even suffering. You understand? It shouldn't be so. You understand? Talk to your people, come down to their level. After election, don't relocate. Still live with them. You understand? They want to see you. They want to see you often and often. They want to be able to talk to you. They want to be able to sit down with you and rub mind and share ideas. Not when
the moment you become chairman of the local government,
you just nobody can see you anymore. It doesn't work that way. Okay, because you are a federal representative doesn't mean that you shouldn't come back home and even share thoughts with them. Sit with them. When I emerged as the state chairman of the youth council in Lagos State, I used to have a base where I go to and sit down with even the so-called rough guys.
Yes, the Agberos, yes.
Yeah, I sit down with them, we rub mind, we talk. You understand? We share ideas. You'll be surprised. You'll be amazed.
What comes out of them?
At the level of conversation that I do have with these people. You understand? But when you chose not to move closer to them, you wouldn't know how they are feeling. You wouldn't be able to show them empathy. You won't be able to walk in their shoe. You won't be able to represent their yearnings adequately.
So, if you don't listen to them.
Yeah. So the problem we have is this, that every young person aspiring to be a leader needs to learn through the rope as well. You need to understand the rudiment. You need to understand the concept of leadership, so that when you eventually get there, you don't miss it out.
Okay.
And guess what, sir? One thing that I've always advised is this: we have a lot of young people that have been opportuned to be in governance at the moment.
Yes.
They should please, they should represent us well. Because if they fail, it means that the older generation will use them as a reference point. That after all, we gave
this man a chance,
and he failed to do the needful. So what I always urge them and encourage them is that, please, you are young, you have been opportuned, you are there now. We expect you to perform excellently, so that we too can boast that when we have our young people there, they were able to perform, and these are their achievements, and we all can be proud of them.
I like that. That is very commendable. That's going forward.
Yes.
Going forward,
Yes.
That's what you're looking at. Now, it has been reported that local government reforms, if really carried out in their broadest impact, can fully entrench participatory democracy or participatory politics the way you have just explained it now. But can you see that unfolding in the way local governments are being constituted in Nigeria right now? Do you think that reform is impacting on local government?
I think the issue we have about our nation building is that I think there's something wrong with our journey, how we started,
as a nation.
How we started as a nation. I mean, the creation of Nigeria.
Yes.
There's this belief
the amalgamation of Nigeria.
There's this belief that politics is a game of numbers. So when you're talking about creation of state, creation of local
Good
government,
government.
some quarters are already putting pen to papers, doing the calculation. That what's their plan? Is it that they are trying to populate the legislative chamber? What's the agenda? You understand? They don't even want to measure the developmental part of it, impact of creating a new local government. Look at Lagos State at the moment. Look at the effects of the creation of
The
local council development areas. It gives ownership to the people. It gives ownership to the people. Since the creation of LCDs in Lagos State, it has been peaceful. They have been managing the fund that is coming from the federal government, and they are taking good care of their
local councils.
Why can't you give such flexibility to the state government to create a local council that he or she knows that he can manage? After all, it is about the people. And they want to move closer to the people. That's why they felt, okay, instead of leaving your domain and travel far to one local government secretariat, you have it close to you.
So we can actually have this rapport.
One-on-one. And so I think part of the issues that we have to deal with as regards the local government reforms as well, there's a need for us to actually find a way to have a kind of measures to measure performance of the local government chairman.
Key performance indicators. Key performance.
Yes. There's a need for us to measure their performance progression. So we most times we pay more attention on the state.
Okay, 1 second. We have hello.
Hello.
Aha. How are you?
Hello. Fine. Good morning.
Good morning. Who's speaking, please?
This is Bolaji from Aja.
Okay, Bolaji, thank you for joining us. Please, let's have a comment.
Please, I want to ask a question from the guest.
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes. What are the impacts of the youth? Because I can see the government or the society, they are not giving the youth the opportunity even to rule or to do anything. They see us as, they see the youth as, they don't know anything. So I want to ask, what can the government do, or what can they do to improve the life of the youth? At least we always hear that we are the leader of tomorrow, but up till now we are still not in the picture. So what can they do to make us the leader of the tomorrow we are hoped to be?
Okay.
Thank you.
I think
you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for that question. I think the best response to that question is that we shouldn't ask the government what they will do for us as youth, because since we are saying that the government is not ready to actually give us an enabling environment, I think we young people should ask ourselves, what can we do for ourselves to actually...
So don't wait for what they're going to do for you.
Do for us, as we should start thinking of what we can do. And part of the solutions that I think is a low-hanging fruit for us, the youth, is that there's a need for us to... I don't know if I can say it here.
Say why not?
All right. Yeah, I think there's a need for us to populate all the political parties in Nigeria.
That is, the youth should have a mass number. Yes,
good numbers in all our political parties. You understand? Let's populate it, even at the grassroots level.
Yes.
You understand? We all should go back to our various domains.
Yes.
We all should. You see, guess what? I keep telling those that want to listen that there is no how you want to take charge when you don't have good numbers in the system. And guess what? Most of us, we love to sit on the fence. We don't want to participate in politics. We don't want to participate in much community
development.
We are so concentrating on our careers, not knowing that no matter how successful in your various careers, when a policy tells you to sleep at home, don't go out. You dare not. During the COVID-19 pandemic, when it was so serious and the government asked us to stay indoor, either you like it or not, you stay indoor. And that's more reason why you have to be part of those decision makers, so that if you have contrary view, you guys can argue it at that table, at that level. But guess what? If you're not participating, decision will be taken and it will be enforced on you. and either you like it or not, you have to walk by it.
You have to oblige.
So, so let's go back to our various communities, and also I want us to do more of preferring solutions than criticizing. I always advise our young people that, guess what, you too think of a solution. Lagos State at the moment has transportation issues, traffic issues, and the likes. Come up with
solution. Okay. All right, that is it. He's telling us again that you need to educate to innovate. When you educate yourself, then you innovate. Just to get educated and then be raising objections. Now we have, I'm not sure I have the name right, but it says our democratic ways here in Nigeria are different. We don't push forward just because the old politicians are not ready to leave the bench for the youth. It is only when the youth take over that things will work here. Thanks. What do you think about that?
100%.
I didn't get your name, but of course, yeah. Okay, Ojora, yes, hello. Hello, Ojora, you're welcome. Can you hear me? Ojora, we can't hear you. Are you speaking to your... Hello? Oh, we lost him.
I have an addition to that.
To that, yes, position, yes.
I said 100%.
Yes.
But there's this saying of the Yoruba. I'm a Yoruba man.
Yes.
And I don't know if I'm permitted to speak Yoruba on this program.
You can.
It said, Ọmọdé àgbà gbọ́n, òun la fi dá ilé Ifẹ̀. It means that, and again, ọmọdé kò tó pẹpẹ, àgbàlagbà náà kò wọ́ kèrègbè. It means that if we want our country to move forward, we need a synergy between the older generation and the younger generation. The next generation,
yes.
We can't do it without the older generations too.
And the older generation also will need the younger generation to amplify
as well. So what I'm saying is this: we all need to come to the round table, think of a way forward with sincerity of purpose. You see, this habit of trying to outsmart each other, it has not helped us. It has not taken us to anywhere. It means that we need to come back to the round table. Let's rub mind as brothers and sisters, you know, and let's see how
okay, hold on. Let's talk on Abalore. That's the person you're reacting to. Okay, Abalore, hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, Abalore, morning. Finally, we got you on. Okay, you just been reacting to the issues that you raised. So you want to add to that? Abalore, go ahead.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Oba.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, I want to react to my previous WhatsApp because I already sent in a WhatsApp message.
Which we have read out already.
Yes. On this issue of the youth can run, I don't see any feasible things in the program because I have not seen any youth on in the system. And before we can run a good governance, we have to give some youth some chance so that they can persuade if we can do it or no. But I strongly believe in the youth because I know what you have done is you have come on the streets, and I know what you have done so far along this journey. So what I just want to add to it is they should please give we the youth the chance to run and see what we can deliver. Thank you so much.
Yes, you want to conclude on that?
I totally align with his thoughts. I totally align with Mr. Avolare's thoughts. And it is one of those things that we're actually preaching at the level of the Youth Council. And also, we are not just saying that young people should come on board. We are as well creating a kind of leadership opportunities for young people that are interested in taking up leadership position to actually learn and understand how leadership works. And you see, I said it the other time that we have few numbers of people that are already occupying sensitive positions in our society, like the Lagos State Commissioner for Finance. He's a young person, and we're actually expecting him to perform excellently. You know, that would be our own reference point. So even when we are called to the table, that okay, you young people, you have been saying that you want position.
Now
tell us how you intend to run it. And all we just need to do is to show them young people that have been given opportunity and they are doing fantastically well. You see, most times I don't believe in abstract presentations. I believe so much in practicals, things that I can see with my eyes, things that we all can see. And as he has rightly urged your generation to give room for my generation, I think it's something that we have to discuss. Well, part of the thing, though, I have this concern, and that concern is this: what happens to the confab report? You know, the confab report. I think there's a need for us to have revisit that. Okay, probably if there's a reservations around the confab report, probably we should have another sort of dialogue, conversation between the older generation and the
next
younger
generation. Yes.
Let's come to the round table. Let's design an action plan for youth development in Nigeria, and let's have a duration of how we intend to achieve it. Let's have it done, and let's have people that have sincerity of purpose taking charge of such a plan and executing it 100%. And sir, you were talking about artificial intelligence and the likes some other time. I remember that I actually participated in a program called Startup Ikodu at some point, and part of the things that was shared at that point is opening the eyes of young people into the future, seeing that, okay, you see, even us as young people, we need learning, we need constant learning. Look at how bank was created.
My producer is saying that Biliamin is taking us to the next level, and that means that we are not going to leave here today. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so very much. Now, of course, with us on this show, we know that it's never over with us, because our guests, we eventually open up, you know, like a can, like a box, and so many things for us to take away or to take home. So please, let's go back to our social media platforms and go take up your own comments or what you think you want to join issues with our guests with, so that you can then send in your comments, and my producer will now share that with the rest of the world. Thank you so much for being part of this. Thank you, Lekan.
Thank you so much, sir.
We hope to get you again.
No problem.
All right. Thank you. Bye for now.